So I've been hearing that the average man can't accomplish these tasks, which are run a sub 7 minute mile, run a sub 1 minute 15 second 400 meter, run a sub 14 second 100 meter, squat lift 1.5 times their body weight, deadlift 2 times their body weight, do 15 consecutive pull-ups and 40 consecutive push-ups. If you guys are new here, my name is Jay Saunders, and I am a soldier who is enthusiastic about fitness and overall health and wealth. So as you can see today, we're at the track, and I'm going to attempt to run a sub 7 minute mile, do the 400, and do the 100, even though the 100 will kind of be hard to work out just because it's a dirt track and not a regular track. And then after that, I'm gonna head to the pull-up bars. We're gonna do our push-ups and sit-ups. And then right after that, we're going to head to the gym. And then I'm going to see if I can do 2 times my body weight deadlift and then squat 1.5 times my body weight. And then I might just throw a little bit of bench in there just because I really haven't maxed out in a minute. So yeah, let's get to work. You always got to get that good warm up before you run. It's imperative. Don't want to pull nothing. I used to not stretch, but as I got older, you realize how important stretching is. Warming up. So I'm pretty confident about running a sub 7 minute mile. I don't know what I can actually run because I try to run at a zone 2, and my zone 2 is pretty slow. So I'm actually curious. I used to run like a 5:20 mile back when I was like young, but that was like over 10 years ago. So again, I'm curious to see what I'll get today. My warm-up is complete. I'm just going to do a warm-up lap. This track is 400 meters, but again, it's a dirt track, not a standard track. But I'm gonna do 400 meter warm-up, short break, and then we're gonna hit this sub 7 minute mile, or attempt to anyway. I'm about to start the mile. I'm not gonna record the whole thing, so you're just gonna have to trust the Garmin. And I'll post the results after I'm done with that. So, all right, 1 mile done. I did a 6:28. So I'm gonna catch my breath, and I'll probably save the 400 and the 100 for last. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock out these push-ups and pull-ups. All right, so we at the pull-up bars. The mark is 15 pull-ups. I'm not trying to max out. I'm not trying to go for 30, 40, 50. I'm just trying to see if we are an average human being. So let's get to it. I'm trying to let you see my whole body so you can see I'm not cheating. I'm actually have my legs bent. And then I guess we just gonna figure out what the standard is. We definitely know it's pretty generally dead hang and then chin over the bar, right? I guess if you keep a little bit, I would say that's okay because strict pull-ups are super hard. But all right, let's get to it. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, that was 15 pull-ups. Hope that standard was good enough. And yeah, let's knock out these push-ups real quick. All right, 40 push-ups is the mark. Know I got that in the bag. Being in the military, we do push-ups all the time. So, and I max out on mine, and those are actually harder. So yeah, let's knock out these 40. There's really no good spot to do it. So Let me just do it right here in the grass. All right. I'm gonna kind of turn this way so y'all can see my body stand in a generally straight line. I hope the camera's gonna be able to get all this. All right, 40. 1, 2. 6, 20. 30. And we got 40. All right, so right now we're 3 of 3. The mile, the push-ups and the pull-ups. I'm about to attempt a 400 right now. I want to kind of catch my breath after the mile. I don't know if I got this actually. It's pretty much just a dead sprint around. I did used to run 400 when I was in high school, but again, that was over like 14 years ago, and I'm definitely far removed. Definitely 70 pounds heavier than I used to be. I think I still got the 100, 14 seconds. Yeah, I think I got that. I used to be an 11-second guy. Again, I know that's not fast for track and football, but it was decent for me. And I pride myself on being an all-around person. So, yeah, let's hit this 400 and see if we make it. We got a minute, a minute and 15 seconds. So my microphone got disconnected from the camera, so in previous videos there wasn't any sound. But anyway, I did the mile run, the push-ups, the pull-ups. I was successful in the 400 meter, and then I just did the 100, and where I had marked it off via my watch, and then I set the camera up where I was going to end at, and that's what you had saw. And then so I don't know how close I was to that. It said I was a second too slow, but it is what it is. I'm gonna double check that. But as of right now, we're 4 of 5 events successful, and we're about to head to the gym and knock out these last 2 events. All right, so we made it to the gym, and we're about to knock out these last 2 events, just squat and a deadlift. So it's squat 1.5 times your body weight. I'm about 207 pounds, and 1.5 times that will be 310. And then so yeah, I'm gonna just do 315 after this warm up. So well, attempt 315. So I've always been an athlete my whole life, but I was never one of those freakish athletes who can like bench and squat and deadlift a whole lot. I was a smaller frame and actually had to work to actually put some muscle on. And I think the most I ever squat was like 390. I've never touched 4 plates, and I think a lot of ego lifters like they wouldn't admit that. But yeah, I've never touched 4 plates. And even now, when I squat, I'm only squatting for muscle endurance. So I usually don't go heavy. It's usually reps of 225, 250. So, and again, today I'm not maxing out. I'm just actually trying to see if I'm an average man or not, and see if I can get 1.5 times my body weight. I know 2 times is more impressive, but that's not what the thing says, and that's what I'm following. You definitely tell I haven't squatted in a minute. All these events I got going on and staying out of the weight room, not trying to overload my legs. But man, this is actually feeling pretty heavy, but I definitely know I can go up. Hey y'all, it's so crazy. I just talked to one of my homeboys that I seen in here, and I was showing him the list of everything that I was doing, and told him how my progress was going. And he ended up saying, like people who used to be able to do that, uh, pretty bottom line, he was saying that athletes aren't regular humans, right? Because they train for these things. So, like, if you're an athlete, you're more likely to be able to do all these things. Whereas if you're not an athlete, which the average person isn't, then it's going to be a lot harder for you to accomplish everything on that list. And I do characterize myself as an athlete because I do like triathlons and stuff like that. And I go to the gym just a little bit. However, even if you focus on like one discipline, then it's going to be harder for you. So if you're a runner, it's going to be hard for you to do the weights. And on the contrary, if you're like big into the gym, it's going to be hard for you to run a sub 7 minute mile unless you just a hybrid athlete. I don't know if it's the running or what, but my knee is definitely hurting on that. I definitely should have separated both of these workouts into two separate days, but running one day and then like all the weights on another day. But I don't want to change up my workout routine too much, so we're cramming it all in today, and whatever results we get, that's what we get. Ow! Definitely feeling that pressure on my knee. I'm not about to play around with my knee. I don't want to keep squatting and risk injury by working my way up. I think I'm warmed up pretty good. All I got to do is hit this for one, prove that we're not average men around here. Get that good depth. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. We ain't average around here. I'm gonna hit this quick cool down set before we move over to deadlift. I hope I went that low on the 315. I don't want to hear no shit talking. All right, so we got the deadlift set up. Last event for the day, and yeah, let's hit this warm up. I actually hate deadlifting. I don't think the risk to reward on my back is worth it. I personally feel like there's other back workouts that I can do to strengthen my back and my core. So pretty much as soon as I feel like it's getting too heavy for me, I'm not going to risk injury. I'll be actually surprised if I even get close to 400. This is really the only event that I'm worried about the most, just because it's something I don't do. I haven't deadlifted in like over 2 years, so we'll see how this goes. So that actually felt pretty light. I feel like I could clean that if I wanted to. I think 315 to 350 is going to be the telling difference on if I'm going to be able to touch 400. So 415 is the mark we're trying to get to, because that's about 2 times my body weight. I don't know about 415, y'all. That didn't move as smoothly as it did 2 years ago, obviously, because I don't do it. We'll see, though. It wasn't too hard, but definitely wasn't easy either. Oh, we got 405 on the bar. We're almost at 2 times my body weight. Again, haven't deadlifted in over 2 years. And yeah, let's see how we move. Man, 415 is gonna be a fucking doozy. I mean, it's just 10 more pounds, so I think I got it in the bag though. Definitely unsuccessful lift. Yeah, I ain't want to hurt myself. No belt, no nothing, so it's all good. You know, we figured while we're here, and it was supposed to be an upper body day. We already did all these events, so why not just go ahead and get a little bit of bench press in? Man, I've been seeing all this talk on TikTok about the Uncle Olympics, and everybody been showing how much they can bench press. And I admit right now, my bench ain't even that strong for real. Just because I cross train and do a lot of endurance stuff, and I'm not in the gym as much. If I was steady in the gym, yeah, I'll probably be around 340. But nevertheless, that's neither here nor there. We talk about the average man, and I personally would say, even though bench isn't on that list of what an average man can and can't do, I would say that the average man can bench 225 at least 5 times. So for me personally, that'll be my standard, and I feel like long as I can do that, no matter how old I am, obviously, you know, like probably not 90 years old, but even through my 50s and 60s and possibly 70s, God willing, I live that long. I think as long as you can bench 225 5 times, then you're an above average man. The average man can probably, I would say the average man can't hit 225, and above average man can do 225 5 times. So this wasn't a part of my day, but we're gonna see how many times we can hit this. We'll just go ahead and stop right there because I ain't got no spot. 12 times, not too bad. The average man can't do that 12 times. So we finally made it back home after all that workout, and just want to do a quick review over how I did on the average man challenge. So for the sub 7 minute mile, I was successful. I ran a 6:28, and then for the sub minute 15-second 400 meter, again successful. I did a 1:14. So I actually misspoke earlier. I said a 1:15, but it was actually a 1:14 after I came back and reviewed it. For the sub 14-second 100 meter, I don't know. That's kind of iffy. Again, I was on a dirt track. I don't know if it was exactly 100 meters. I measured it out according to my watch. But as of right now, unsuccessful. That was 15 seconds. For the 1.5 times body weight squat, I don't know if I was successful. I will call it kinda. I'm not sure if I hit 90 degrees on that, but I'm 207 and I was supposed to squat 315. It was 310, but I threw 315 on there. Was having some knee problems, whatever. But I think I did it for the most part. And then for the deadlift, 2 times your body weight, again 207. I was supposed to deadlift 415, and I got 410, but I did not get 415, so I was unsuccessful in that area. And then for the 15 pull-ups and the 40 pull-ups, 40 push-ups, that was relatively easy. So out of the 7 events, I was only unsuccessful on one event. which was the deadlifting 2 times my body weight. Again, I don't deadlift. I haven't deadlifted in over 2 years because the risk to reward to having back problems. I already got back problems, and I just don't want to exacerbate that any more than I have to. It's not needed in my training unless you're a power lifter or you do CrossFit. I personally don't think that you really need deadlifts. However, with all that being said, I do think that I'm currently on a cut, and I do think that I'm going to redo this in 30 days. I'm actually going to see, I'm going to train for this, and then 30 days time, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do it all over again. So there will be a part two, and I just want to see if I can improve my time. But if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate y'all watching. I definitely want y'all to try to give this challenge a try and see if you're an average man or not. And don't forget that subscribe button. And always remember, don't wait, go get it.